Flats, welcome back if you've been before, and hi, this is your first time. This is where I do my floss tube. Talk about my cross stitching. I've started some crocheting, I haven't done any more on my knitting. Made some project bags, and also I have a flip through of the world of cross stitching. So you have to let me know, would you like me to do a separate video with these magazines, or are you quite happy with them being in the floss tube? I never quite know, because my floss tubes aren't awfully long anyway, are they? So right, so we get straight into it. So I've got a candle lit, I've got my fig and pear candle. I think it's fig and pear, or was it fig and apple? Fig and pear, I think. So what have I been doing this week? Not a lot. And if you don't want to know why, you probably listen to my whip and chat tomorrow. Yeah, been very up and down, and you listened to it last week, so you got some idea, and it's been up and down all week. So, and I've got a nice strong cup of coffee. So I've done what I can do, and I can't do no more. But here's a look in here. Put my heart bag, so you know what the heart bag means. It's the red gnome. So that's what we're going to be. That's what I'm aiming to do. But ignore the colours, because I cocked up on the colours. So mine is this colour, so mine is darker, so that one's a lighter red and mine's a darker, but I quite like how it's coming. If I put that behind you, you probably see that better, but I quite like the colours that it's coming. I quite like it. So on that one, it's done on 14 count. This is scrap, I think, from Pole Stitches. I think it's from the grab bag, scrap grab bags. She hasn't had any on there for ages, but I keep looking because they're quite handy, aren't they? And that's a 14 count Ada. And I did 76 stitches. Not a lot, but 76 is more than I could have done. More than 0. That's what I was trying to say. So 1 stitch is better than no stitches. That's what I was trying to get at. So yeah, and I am enjoying that one. I'm doing in hand as well. So I just stitch in hand. And I've not really done that before. So my stitches aren't, if you look there, you can say they're not perfect. I don't think it's gonna, they're not perfect, but they're getting better. And I think that Grant says the more you do it, if you see there, I missed half a stitch. Can you see it there? You see where I missed half a stitch? But that's fine. I'm not going to go back in just for half a stitch. And have you noticed I've had new glasses, so I'm hoping, I've got them, picked them up today, so I'm hoping you can tell the lens on them is like a bit like bottle, what do they used to call them? Jam jars, isn't it? Bottom of a jam jar. This is what these are getting like. So that's that one. And I've had a little go at Pandemic. I've only done 79 stitches on this one. So anybody that doesn't know Pandemic, this is from Long Dog Sampler. This is the Pandemic 2020. This wasn't originally going to come out until next year. They did this before, really. This was charted before Pandemic happened in the world. So she thought it was quite appropriate to let it, and she put it up for quite a while free of charge. And then now you have to pay for it, which is quite right as well. As you know, she can't give it free forever. So I was lucky enough to be one of the ones that did get it for free. But I would pay for this pattern, people, because it's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. And if you go on their site, people have done this in a multitude of different colours. I am sticking to one colour because I'm new to cross stitching, and I'm not confident enough to know when to change colour and what to put what colour where. So I am working up here. I've done page 1, which was there, and now I'm on page 2, which is there. And how many pages did I say there was? Let me tell you now. Ignore the cat, because she's been a pain in the butt. I asked her if she wanted to go out, and she said no. 20 pages, that's all. So 20 pages to complete that. So all I've done nearly all this, is I've put that one in there, and then I've started the second tier of these down here. So as I say, what was it, 79? Yeah, 79 stitches. And this is in a dark green. I can't remember the number. Have I got the number written on there? 500. Dark green 500. Hang on just a sec. I'm not going to edit this out because I'm absolutely useless at editing. Go on then. That's the bipolar cat, that is, folks. So I thought I'd better let her out. Yeah, I'm not very good at editing, but what you see is what you get with Cal. So yeah, so this is on my first go at, this one was 28, my little thing there, 28 count Ada, I think, or is it Lugana? Can't remember, but it's easy grid. I think it's 8, I don't know, but it's easy grid. 28 count easy grid. First time I've done on something like this, and I've got 2 over 2, so 2 threads over 2 squares, because it's too tiny for me to just do 1 over 1. I can't see. I cannot see, folks. I cannot see, and I have to sort of tilt it to see even with these glasses. But yeah, that's a long-term project. That's fine. I'm in no hurry, you know. I'm 53. I hope you've got another 40 years that I can be doing these sort of things. So I did that, and then everybody knows this one. This is Dark Queen of the Seas by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and with collaboration with Under the Seas Fabric, because this is Under the Seas Fabric. This is called, I think it's Bewitched, and this is 14 count Ada. I had to do it because I've not worked on colours like this really much before, and to do a sal I wasn't sure what to expect or what colours to do on it, so I went for an easier option, and I'm glad I did because I am struggling. I have to be honest, I am really struggling. I don't know whether I've bit more off than I can chew on this one because I'm so new to it, and it's got fractionals in it, and I have missed 2 fractionals up in this lot here, and I'm not going back in just to do a fractional. I'm not sure if my arm looks right there either. I'm not sure if I've quite done it right or not. So I need to go back and check that, and I've got to do this one, but I am just so slow. I only did 132 stitches on this, and that took me hours to do, if I'm honest. It did take me a long time, so I'm not sure. I'm going to try and persevere, but I do feel like crying a bit because I just think I don't know whether I'm capable of doing it or not, and especially, you know, doing this other arm and doing into the hair, because the next part dropped on the 1st of December, so I'm an arm behind and all the hair and everything behind, so I don't know. But this is on a Q snap frame as well, which I love. And then I've tied these this way. I did have it completely rolled and then fixed to the frame, but it was getting in the way, so I've decided to do with these magnetic tie bags, do the corners, and I found that easy. The only problem I have is with that one, that's why it's like that, is because if I have my ring light at night, I haven't got very good lighting. So if I'm doing this, I have the ring light above my head, and this magnet sticks to the leg of the ring light, but that's fine. But yeah, so I did 132. This is a year sal as well. If you haven't done it and you know you're quite confident, well, not you don't. I suppose if you're new to it, if I can get this far, I suppose anybody can do it. It's just that I'm struggling a bit, but everybody else seems to be finding it a bit of a breeze. See, I'm a bit worried because her face is coming up here, and that looks very tricky. I'm no good. I've only done a face once, and that was with Steoch, with Hugh Laurie, and yeah, he looked like he'd been bashed about a bit by the time I'd finished with it, but you know, hey ho. But yeah, so that's all my whips for this week. I'm very sorry I haven't done an awful lot. So I have though been making my needle minders. So I've now finished, I'll put it that way you can see more. So I've now finished making the needle minders. There was 3 other ones, but I've sent them off to a friend. So I'm not sure. What do I do with them? I just like making them. I've got a few other bits to make some. I've got some more of these ones in the silver and the, is that silver? Yeah, that one's a silver and that one's a gold, and I've got some more of those. I think I might have some more of these as well somewhere, and I'd like some more of those. So I don't know what to do, whether to sell them on, if anybody would ever be interested in these type of cover minders or needle minders, whichever you want to call them, because I do both. And also they're good as brooches. I've been using mine as a brooch. You don't believe me, do you? I'll show you. Excuse me going down my top. But I had a shawl and it kept coming undone, so I put a little brooch there to hold it together in the middle. How clever is that? And so easy. Oh, there's a magnet jumps up and hits me. So yeah, so I've done them. So I made them this week. I used a nice good metal glue to stick the magnets, and they're quite good metal. They're the big heavy duty ones. Look, I was using the smaller ones, but I've gone to using the bigger ones now. So they look, let me show you the back. See? So they're quite a big one. Hang on, let me put it back on. So I've made them. So needle minders, cover minders. So let me know what you think of those. And then you know that I made this one. I did my, as if you've seen on my Instagram, I put the picture up because they've actually gone off to my friend. I made a ziggy-zaggy one, like a grey and white zigzag. Can't remember if it went across that way or down that way, that. And then I made, I think it was a floral red one. And then I made a fox bag for her. So I did like a project bag, similar to a project bag, but it was like sort of that width. And then I had a big handle of foxes for her, which I'd never done before. My handle wasn't brilliant. Well, the handle was okay. It was attaching it to this in there. I made a bit of a, didn't know what I was really doing, but I had a go and it was functional. It works and she really likes it. So that's gone off today. And then I had a go. Piece of cotton. Let me show you. Look, can you see what that is? Flat bottom. So it's a project bag. I made it a bit wide though, because I wasn't sure what I was doing. So I could have made that a little bit smaller, probably sort of that width. But it's a lovely deep if you put in wool or crochet or anything in it, because, oh sorry, it's foxes. See, foxes. It's lined, but look at that bottom. So you've got all that room in there. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. No idea what I'm going to do with it. So I've got this, and I put a zip. And look, I managed to do these zip end things. Can you see them? I've dead chaff. I've had a little go at them before, but they actually look like zip end thingy bobs. I don't know what they're actually called, but yeah, so it's not surrounded here, as in nothing wrong with it, because this is how these go if you put the zip in this way. I thought I was doing something wrong, and then I learned that actually no, I'm not. So I think they're 12-inch zips in there. So I've done them too, and then I've cut out some material. So I'm going to do a project bag in that material and a notion bag, because I had a little bit left over. There's enough to make a notion bag to match it, so I tend to make the notion bag, and also that one. And then I've ordered some more. Oh, hang on, it's a dog now that wants to go out. Do you want to go out? Go on then. Told you folks, all that, and if it's not the kids, the husband, it's the animals. They want to come in and out. So yeah, so I'm going to make them, but I've got to wait for some zips because I've run out of zips. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these project bags. Do I set up a little thing and sell them? Would anybody be interested in buying my type of winky wonky bags? I don't know, would you? Would you buy them? What do you charge for them? What would you know, I like making them, and I've just ordered some panda material, little pandas on it. And another one, what was on the other one? Oh, leaves or something. It's beautiful, like terracotta colours. Leaves of terracotta leaves and green. Well, and green leaves, really pretty. I've ordered that, and I've also got some other blues that I want to do, and some more fox material. And I've also got some, excuse me, unicorn, blue unicorn. So I don't know, what do people think? Would people buy them if I put them up for sale? I don't know, but I enjoy making them, and I want to learn on the sewing machine. I know it's a winky wonky sewing machine with a winky wonky person operating it, but you know, that's fine. So that's that. And then the final thing which I've been doing is my blanket. I have now gone on to doing blue. So I finished this colour off, and I was waiting to do, because I did do that massive other one colour and I didn't like it, so I've started to do it now. I've done a complete loop all the way around. Where's the end? So I've done my complete loop, and I'm just going to start, which has just come out there. I made a right mess of that. There you go. I've dropped the ning. So that's where I tied off the colour, and I've gone right round. And as I said, with this one now, I just go round and round in a circle. I haven't got to do that 3 stitch or 4 stitch or add a stitch and pull it across. I don't know if you can even tell where I've done it. I was looking the other day and I thought, can you actually see on this where I did that bit? So I just bulged up the one side slightly to make it as if it was normal, and just kept on going. And as I say, somebody who actually studies it might come in and say, oh, there it is, but I can't see it. I have no idea where I've done it, but yes, I'm really enjoying doing that. I sit in the front room. It took me an hour and a half to do one all the way around in that colour, an hour and a half. But I'm not very quick, but hey ho. Right, so what I'll do now is I'll turn you round and show you the magazines. Yeah? Okay, hang on a minute. We're back. So this is Forever Friends kit, it says. Stitch and send this adorable bear today. 108 charts here, it says. So let's have a look. So this is the World of Cross Stitching, January 2021's issue, which is issue 302. It was $5.99. Plus you get the free gift of the Forever Friends card. So you get everything in there that you need: the chart, the razor to stick on it, the threads. Now I shan't be doing this, so we'll have a little giveaway now. So if anybody fancies having this, one, you've got to make sure that your name's down in my happy mail list, and 2, just write Forever Friends in one of your comments, and I'll do a random picker next week, and somebody can have this, because I won't be doing it, because me and cards don't get on. I get in a fret with them because they're so small and fiddly. Well, not small and fiddly, I don't know what it is. I've had a couple of attempts and bad experiences, I think. So we've got 108 easy to use patterns to start today. Great fun home decor, plus 30 dramatic theatre motifs, pretty patchwork, bold hairs. Let's celebrate feline fun. All guests must be approved by the cat. That definitely does apply in my house. And a winged fairy. Oh God, these new glasses are rubbing on my one side of my nose. I think I might have to get them adjusted. Subscription sheet. Can you see? Yeah. That's the welcome sheet, saying welcome sheet by Hannah. Then we have which page you can find each piece. So if you just wanted to think, oh, I want that one, it's on page 86, so you wouldn't have to read it all. Yeah. So this is the exclusive gift. They've got the chart in here, but it is also on here as well. So you don't need to have this as well as this, because I don't know if you can see the chart there, and you can see a little bit of the thing there. It says, top tip, stitch your bear in a good light to make sure you use the correct shades of sand thread for his fur. There you go. Here's a tip for you. Then we have Christmas Kisses. Stitch a festive heirloom. Sprinkle fairy dust over your home this winter with a holly fairy who will fill in with love and magic. It will take about 30 hours to stitch. It's got cross stitch, back stitch and fresh French knots in. It's intermediate level, and it's by Helen Brindley. She says, I love how the delicate back stitch gives a lightness of touch to the fairy and her pretty dress. Finished off with a pale white frame. I think she looks very, I don't know how to spell it, I don't know. Sorry folks, don't know what that word is. Will bring a classic beauty to your home. You have to remember I am dyslexic, so they just jumbling up as one sort of letter. So there's your pattern and all your colours and your shopping list. And if you want to get the fabric and thread, should cost approximately about £38 to do that, and they have got a kit if you need it. Then we have star letter and all the other letters from people. It tells you all about what they've been doing, and we have 4 pages of that. So that's nice. The cookie clock's nice. Then we have one for if you wanted to give to somebody for a New Year present. A sparkle and celebrate. It take you 22 hours. Cross stitch, fractional, back stitches, advanced beginner. And it says Happy New Year 2021 by Jenny Barton. She says, I love the versatility of this design as it could literally be stitched to celebrate anything. The new year, a wedding, a birthday, or even a house move. It's a great one to save in your pattern archive. That's quite right, because you can use that and then just change that and that bit. And she's give you the letters there, the numbers if you want to change it, and the letters there if you want to change it. Then we have Fiona's Focus. Variegated threads. Threaded dyed with variegated colours are great to have in your stash. It can be used to create striking effects in your stitching, and she tells you all about what to do and how to do or not to do with it. Ooh. And she's doing it on these balloons. I didn't realise it was a pattern. Oops, sorry. So we have, and it's like a chart, which I think, but you could take each individual balloons and put them on cards, couldn't you? Or have a little sampler in a kid's bedroom. We just, instead of having that, just have these going across and having it framed for the bedroom. This one is 75 hours approximate to do all that. Cross stitch and back stitch, and it's for a beginner or advanced beginner, and it's by Fiona Baker. She said, I love how the balloons with their colourful fabric stitched in variegated thread create a great watercolour effect. It was a challenge fitting it all together, but the bright sunshine at the top really sets the scene. It looks lovely, doesn't it? And that's the pattern. And that's the alphabet. Then you've got Ask Experts. A couple of questions put towards the expert and they answer. There's still questions and answers all here for you. And also somebody asked Jenny to do a jester, so she's done a jester design. Every week they do something different, which is nice. Again, all questions and answers, places that you can get these patterns from. Then this one is all guests must be approved by the cat. I love that. Absolutely love that. That's so appropriate for our house, I tell you. This is, sorry, just Jessie telling me where she is. I'll tell her if she moves from one place to another to let me know. Who's this by? Oh, could have guessed. Durian Jones. I do like her stuff. She says, it's true that cats often set the rules, as do most pets. My cat used to check out my visitors, so I designed an alternative to the most traditional welcome banner that will look wonderful in any cat's owner's home. I do like that one a lot. And that's 65 hours approximately, and it's got cross stitch and back stitch, and again for a bit beginner advanced. I do like that one a lot. That's my daughter again. Then we've got our best buys, what people have bought. It looks like, doesn't it? Where they got it from and how it looked. It's got all the prices and everything there. Then if you wanted to buy a pack of all the threads, where you can get it from, or is it freebie? No. Oh yeah, you get 40 free when you subscribe. Then try 3 issues of embroidery for just £5. And then this one is It's Showtime. Enjoy Showbiz stitches with our theatrical chart collection. So it's Life's a Stage, drama car. A name, congratulations, you're a star. I'm not sure what that is. What do you think that is? I have no idea what that is. What is it? Oh, ballet shoes. Sorry, I had no clue until I read it. No clue whatsoever. Admit 1 ticket, that's quite nice. And that's quite nice as well. So you've got all the patterns for them. Ooh. Then Pet of the Month. Dorian Jones always does a pet. Somebody will send in a photo and then she will chart it for you to do. I'm just looking at his eyes, are beautiful, aren't they? That is absolutely stunning. They're so clever, these people. And then some other charts you can get of other animals. This is Stitch It, Style It. Mix and match motifs in this shabby chic cushion that the first steps towards creating your own designs. I suppose you could put them wherever you want. And this is 2 to 10 hours each, depending which one you're doing. Which got cross stitch and just back stitching, and it's a beginner. She said, I know not all cross stitchers have a sewing machine, so I created a project cushion that can easily be sewn by hand. I didn't use any fractional stitches or French knots, so this makes a great project for everyone. And this is by Heather Nuckton. So she gives you all the different patches, and then I suppose you can put them on whatever cushion cover you want. And she shows you there to make a patchwork cushion, how to do it. So she's done it by machine, but you can sew them by hand if you want to. And this is somebody that does cross stitch in a care home, which would be quite interesting reading, so I can look forward to. So he says he discovered how Roberto Chilonoci inspires the memories of care home residents using cross stitch. So Roberto only picks up stitching recently, but has already completed a beautiful tree of life right. Isn't that lovely? That's beautiful, isn't it? Then we have Perfect Powers. Approximately 12 to 15 hours. Types of stitches, cross stitch, back stitch, and it's for easy stitching for beginners. And it says, I want to make these pet cards look as friendly as possible, so I gave them big soulful eyes, kind smiles, and shiny noses. It's amazing how much personality you can create with threads and paper. Ah. Again, that would be a nice thing to have in a kid's bedroom, wouldn't it? So cute. And again, you could do that on a piece of, you know, like they had that cushion there. You could do the same idea with these, but do it on a square piece like that. Do a border of stitch around there and have 3 animals. That'd be quite nice as well, wouldn't it? They said if you wanted to buy the thread and the fabric for all 3, it would cost you £25. Oops, sorry. Then we have Dancing Skies. That looks very colourful, doesn't it? This is by Amanda Butler. The Northern Lights provide an awesome, inspiring display of colourful shapes which dance across the night sky, creating a momentous spectacle. I have loved designing this scene from start to finish. It's about 100+ hours, and it's cross stitch, blending and back stitch, and it's for an intermediate. It says, so that'd be out of my league. But you lot up there, you all can do it. You'd be easy peasy. Then I missed one. 23. Yeah, that's a bit thick. Then it says, try turmeric before you buy. Turmeric's supposed to be very good for you, isn't it? Then this is Skyburst, designed by Diane Mackin. Light up New Year with an exciting firework alphabet you can save and use all year round. So I suppose you could write whatever you wanted, couldn't you? Somebody's name, birth date, you know, when they... It says each one letter or number should take between 1 and 3 hours, and it's just cross stitching, and it's for a beginner. Competitions, if you want to win, you can enter all them. And then this one is Fabi's Masterclass. Every month she does new skills for you. So, I don't know, learn new stitches and treat your son to fun monthly. So this is a tied oblong stitch. It's a clever variation on a standard cross stitch. It just elongated and has a little back stitch across the centre to add texture and clever detail to your work. Whatever that means. And then she shows you here, so you can have a go at that. Then we have Flora and Fauna. Who doesn't like that? 40 hours to do these hairs. Cross stitch fractionals, half cross stitch, back stitch, French knots, and this is intermediate. And this is by Kay Widdowson. It's rare to see hares in the wild, but I love to think of these delightful creatures hopping around country fields, and I've tried to bring that feeling of movement with the foliage swaying behind the seated animals. Usually they're boxing if you see hares around here. They're not sat looking at each other like that, I can assure you. Usually they're turning around and giving each other a good old hiding. I tend to see them up on the hills. And that's it, folks, I think. These are all like back issues that you can get, stockists of people that sell it. These are all the other subscriptions you can get from the company. And then next month it's telling you some of the things that you're going to be getting. You're going to get Heart of the Home. That'd be nice to do, to put up in your kitchen. Step Back in Time if you like that era. Bookmarkers, you can do them for the kids. Be My Valentine cards. Romantic Feeling. Gift this quirky, heartfelt sampler filled with loving motifs to someone special. Hello, a little putty cat. Little putty cat and a mouse. Isn't that lovely? So there's some nice stuff on there, isn't there, for next month. That's nice. I like that. I like her work. Anyway. She does nice pretty cats. And that's a Leslie Tier Shaker Style sampler. I know a few people are doing Leslie Tier ones at the moment. And then, as always, back of these magazines, oh, there's a little doggy, little terrier doggy. They show you exactly what you need, how to use it, what's it look like. And this one goes into a bit more depth than the other, the cross stitching one that I showed you last week. These show you the actual needle sizes and what they actually look like. And if you're like me, I'm a very visual learner, so looking at that gives me more idea than just looking at the numbers and you telling me. So this one will say, like, I do 14 counts, so I can use a 24 needle. If you're doing a 16 count, a 26 needle would be good. If you're on a 6 count, it's saying use a tapestry 18 needle. So it sort of gives you an idea. Then here it's got jargon buster. It tells you, so if you hear of of things like a long stitch, long back stitches, crossing larger fabric distances. A skein, I had to ask somebody what that was, is an 8-meter length of branded cotton divisibly into 6 separate strands. So if you're like me and didn't know what a lot of things are called, this one tells you a lot of them. And this will show you what a quarter stitch, a 3/4 stitches, or if you've got 2 symbols, how you would do it, a back to back. It's got everything that you could possibly need to just pick up and have a go. And then you always have your little crosswords at the back. And then your heritage crafts are there. So, what did you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Anything in there that you like? It's okay for me. I like a few of them. Not mad about them all, but you don't need to be. As long as you can find at least one pattern that you like. That's your £5.99 covered, because that's roughly what patterns cost, isn't it, nowadays? So with that said, don't forget to leave your comments down below on everything that I've asked in the video. Your input means a lot to me. Don't forget, if you want to enter, do that as well. If you haven't subscribed and you fancy staying around, I'd love to have you. There's a bell that gives you a notification of when I go live, which is on a Sunday, or when I put a video up, which is a few times a week, whether it's Flosstube, whether it's a whip and chat, whether it's diamond painting, whether it's colouring, or sometimes I've even put a cooking one up, so it could be anything, but that will let you know. I've also got my social media down below that you can contact me if you want to have a chat or whatever. My Patreon's down below, which supports me and helps me to bring things to you. And I thank each and every one of you that support me. And the Happy Mail form down below. So with that said, take care, look after yourself, and most importantly, stay safe. Love you all. Bye.